Oh no, don't loosen that screw. Don't do it. Oh no! Well, hello there, friend. Thanks so much for stopping by and thanks for hanging out. Andrew Najera here at Drew Installs Hardware. Today we are installing an EZY Jamb SRC frame. These frames are super cool. Super happy I got to install one of these because, believe it or not, I had never got to do one of these. This is a single rabbet minimalist style frame. This is a frame that gets taped into the wall, so it has no trim. Now, technically, these walls probably shouldn't have been taped and floated before this frame went in, but they were. We dealt with it. I kicked this frame in, then realized I got to take it back out because the head has some where the roller latch is. Each door is going to have a roller latch, and where those strikes are in the head of the frame, those were bumping up against the header. So I had to clear some space in the header so that those boxes could move up so I could get the frame level. Just like that, I had to cut those away, remove the material so that then that frame could get level. But this was super fun to install. I didn't realize as I'm kicking these legs back in that I was going to have to do something similar to the legs as well, because these come with concealed hinges. It's a Rock York RY-80 hinge, and they set deep into the frame. So here I'm setting the frame for level, or setting the head for level. I'm going to take those legs back out again here very shortly, because I'm realizing those concealed hinges are going to be setting inside the frame, so I got to clear out those inverted studs so that the hinge can actually go in there just like that. Cut that material away on both sides, and then now the hinge will actually be able to go in there, and I can actually set the frame now finally. Oh man, but these are very awesome, man. I think these are really cool looking. I'm plumbing both legs, do that on each side, and then it's screwed off. And then we're going to come back later and swing the doors. This is about a month or so later after division of labor. And with the union, you got people taping, you got the wallpaper, you know, all that fun stuff. So now I can actually swing the door. And I've got the concealed overhead stop installed. While it's down here, I'm going to install these concealed hinges, which are super cool. They got lots of adjustment on them, which you'll see here in a little bit. They go up, down, and out. Let's say up, down, in, and out. And here I haven't edited how I swung the door, just so you can kind of see. It's a little bit long, but just so you see how I deal with the door. These are 3080 doors, I think, and I have the concealed hinges installed. I have the overhead stop taped at the top so it's not moving around. I'm putting a box behind the door so that when I finally get that door up off the ground, it's not going to swing into that glass wall and damage anything. These concealed hinges work just like pivots, where you kind of need to get the door up in position, and all the hinges or pivots or concealed hinges go in at the same time to the frame. And one of the best tools I have in my cart is this whoop-de bar. It's not a whoop-de bar, it's actually called a Wonder Bar. I really like using the Wonder Bar. It's very helpful in many situations. So this Wonder Bar is going to help me put pressure up to get the door up where it needs to go. And now you see the door is up off the ground. That Wonder Bar slipped out, but all the pivots slipped right into the frame. So yeah, the pivot slipped right into the frame. And all I have to do now is screw them off and kind of put pressure here and there to make sure that the pivots are lined up exactly where they're supposed to be. So yeah, that's moving that bar out helps me with those top holes, make sure that pivot is straight. Yeah, very nice. Now, and because this has a concealed overhead stop, I can't close the door and look at it yet until I take that concealed overhead stop and attach it to the frame. Because if I tried to close it before that, the concealed overhead stop would hit against the stop of the frame. Would not be good. And this is the first time, like I said, this is the first time I've done one of these, and it was a lot of fun. These hinges are amazing because they have a lot of adjustment to them. And when you're ever doing any pair of doors, once you get one of them up, you can't do anything, can't adjust anything until you get the other door up, because that tells you kind of which way each door needs to go. So yeah, I got the first one up. It closes, it opens, it stops. Now I'm speeding things up here. Let's get this other door out. Let's get it swung so we can get these doors adjusted, huh? This door had been down on the hinges were down, so I had to flip it over, get those hinge side up, put that overhead stop in, those hinges in, and then we'll get it up. Yes, let's get that thing swung. Both these doors were only set up for 90 degrees based on the overhead stop prep that they came with. I'm putting the ladder behind the door to keep it at 90 degrees. Now, okay, I got them up. Now we can adjust them. So let's see what we're dealing with. How bad are they? Well, they look okay, but we do need a little adjustment. I can tell the bottom of this one needs to come out based on what I'm looking at. And once that comes up, then this side is going to need to come up as well. So when I move that bottom out, that's going to go up. The other side's going to need to go up. And then when I'm looking at it here, cross sight wise, this door needs to come out so that they're flush with each other. Now this is after the adjustment. And yes, it's looking, I'm good with that. It looks good. I think that's as good as I can make it look. You know, this all goes back to how you set the frame. And then how you set the frame goes back to how good the wall framing is. So all things considered now, I feel this is about as good as you're going to get with all these conditions that you had before I got there. So yeah, it's great. Now, these are the Rock York concealed hinges. These things are awesome, man. They have vertical adjustment, horizontal adjustment, and depth adjustment. The vertical adjustment is you loosen a screw and then move another screw and then tighten the screw back. Horizontal adjustment's just on the door itself, and that helps you move the hinge in and out. And you start at the top, then do the bottom, then do the middle, depending on what you need to do. This one I needed to move it out for the cross sight. So you loosen one set screw and then you tighten the other adjustment screw. And then you reset the set screw after you've moved it. Super simple, super easy. And I was just super impressed with these hinges on how much adjustment you have. I almost left without putting the covers on. Then I realized, hey, I got all these covers. Put these covers on with these tiny set screws to make them look nice. And man, these hinges were so great to work with. Gave me so much adjustability in the doors. And they look great. The only thing I wish the customer at the end, I wish they had decided to wallpaper over the doors themselves. I think that would look better, kind of blend everything in. But otherwise than that, awesome, Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.